Better late than never. We're live here tonight, 44 out of 100 laps in. I'm Matt Egan, joined by Jeff Wood in the Loose Lugnuts Racing Summer Recruitment Series. Jeff, how about you give us a rundown of what we've seen here tonight?
Yeah, a quick rundown. Couple cautions and a couple incidents involving the 997, the 977. I think the 017 was involved. All the incidents so far coming from the rear of the field. But just as we were about coming live, lap previous, Kyle Chadwick took the lead from Justin Michael, who's been out all front. No surprise there. But he's been out there all night. A lot of good cars in the top 10. A lot of pit strategy early on, too.
Yeah, it has been an interesting night. You said 2 cautions so far, and you notice Kyle Chadwick out front. I'm not surprised by that. He's always been a fast driver, and now with clean air, I tell you what, I think this might be his night, Jeff.
Yeah, it might be his night. He was really working on that brake bias, tire conservation during practice for sure. Should have about a 30-lap window of fuel here tonight, too, in these Xfinity cars. So we probably got another 15, 20 laps till we start seeing that. A lot of good guys out there. A lot of guys I want to see improvement from. Kevin Cornelius, third-place driver right now in that 936. He's a new guy. Finished third last week at Iowa.
Yeah, and right now, another driver up towards the front of the field, Ted Wade, looking for a good run here tonight. Having a pretty good run in that 916 Machine Nutrient Chevy Camaro. Ross Chastain paint scheme, that might be bringing him some good luck. Throwback, or not throwback, but similar paint scheme to what Ross runs in real life. A little bit of smoke out of his car, though, but he keeps going on just fine. Looks like Justin Michael getting passed for second there by Kevin Cornelius.
That's really unusual. 87, I know a lot of the guys just had a bit of trouble getting around a lap car there, the 925 of Bob Lutz. Hopefully some of these names, or most of them, are fixed up on the scoring chart.
We have 49 out of 100 laps in, about halfway right now. And this has been, a pretty close race. Drivers starting to be spread out, but you notice, right around here for second place, it is still a close battle.
Yeah, a lot of the guys are figuring out tires and burning them off either quickly, and then a lot of the couple guys, I think, may have taken 2 tire pit stops after the second caution. Guys like Garrett Potts in the 938, and I think there was one other guy up there, but a couple of them made that 2-tire call. It worked out in the beginning, but not so much on these long runs.
Yeah, and at the moment, you notice Cornelius there closing in the gap on Kyle Chadwick, at least down the back straightaway there, Jeff. Down to just under a second. The question is, do you think he'll be able to close it in enough to where we can see a pass for the race lead?
All anyone can do. We had Davey Hendricks on the Sunday Cup Series. He got 2 third places in a row and finally moved up for a win at Chicagoland on Sunday. So anyone could win. Even Kevin Cornelius, who, like I said, finished third last week at Iowa.
Yeah, Justin Michael there trying to hold off Ken Richardson. Now, that's going to be a hard sell for Justin Michael, because I tell you what, when Ken Richardson is coming, I mean, there's no stopping that 16 car.
Yeah, 16's fast. I'm surprised it's fast. 87 maybe cheesing the line there at the bottom a bit, but the fall off from the 87 makes me think he has damage or he's not in tune. I know he didn't get a full practice like then. Car off the wall, right onto the 16.
Yeah, right into Ken Richardson. Well, that's going to make it a bit easier for Justin Michael.
Boy, Justin barely, he got damaged, though. Poor Ken. Caution is out.
Yeah, big problem there for Ken Richardson.
Yeah, 955, Danny Rudy off the wall into turn 2. Clips the 87, but yeah, Ken Richardson, who was working his way through the field, gets the worst of it.
No doubt about it. Yeah, that's going to be a blown motor on that 16. He's all the way back there in 18th. Now, this will be good for some of the drivers make a pit stop. You think it'll be the final one of the night, though?
No, I still think we're in a window here, and those drivers are re-listening to this. So tire things are coming up. Ooh, 955 almost nailed the 14 there under caution. But, pits are good here. It's going to help those guys that maybe stayed in the top 10, like Garrett Potts. If he can get a good pit stop here, the 938, that two-tire call that he had last time will be worth it, gaining track position.
Yeah, Chadwick in almost the entire field down. I'm seeing the top 20 light up all in pit. And you mentioned some drivers trying to do a two-tire strategy. Well, we'll see how that plays out. Looks like Chadwick in good, Michael in good as well. Looks like Justin Michael picked up a little bit of rear-end damage. Wonder where he got that.
From that incident right there, Ken got the brunt of it, but Justin Michael picked up just enough on that rear spoiler. Yeah, he's going to sit in the pits a bit. Barely beats out the 88 does the 936. Yeah, Justin's going to elect. Well, he's given up way too much, and still does not have that repaired on that 87 machine.
Yeah, pulling out now, but he is going to fall back down to 14th. Well, we got time to dial up a driver. Who you want to bring on up?
Well, let's see. My old mate here, Robert Matisse, in that 14. We'll see what old Panic has to say right now. Top 5 running. Looks maybe, no, that wasn't him. That was a car similar painted to him. 14 Panic, buddy. Messing with these cautions, going through pit stops. How's your experience been in the top 10 so far?
Yeah, car's been real good. Just a little tight. Got to quit burning the right front off of it. We had 67 on the right front that time, and we had 77 on the first run. So I got to quit overdriving it, thinking I need to be in the top 5 every lap. You know how it goes.
Yeah, we did talk about that for a bit, about the ability to roll back those tires some. We saw, your teammate have success now up front, passing the boogeyman of Justin Michael. You think you got anything to get towards that top 5, or it's just a mindset like you said?
It's a mindset. If I can get out of, I need to go as soon as the restart, I might have something. But if I do what I did in the last run, we're going to be in the top 10 rest of the night, outside top 5.
All right, well, 14 machine looks good early on. Hopefully you can capitalize on some longer green flag runs, which I think your entire team down there is hoping for.
Yeah, man, we sure are. Have fun, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Panic.
All right, and 55 out of 100 laps in. Now, you said you don't think it's going to be these drivers' last pit stop of the evening. When do you think we will see that final pit stop?
I imagine they may short pit it if they do around laps 70 to 75. That gives us a very short run here. Third caution of the night. So I would assume have at least one more green flag pit stop if they allow it to get to that.
Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. Just past halfway now, so just under 50 laps to go. And who would you have to pick this win this race if you had to name a driver?
Well, I really like what Chadwick has done early on. However, I think has shown he's the better long run car. My initial pick of Justin Michael, which will probably be always when he starts on the pole, but right now it could be Kevin Cornelius or Ted Wade sitting there, two guys with 900 numbers trying to show their stuff.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. I think those are pretty good picks. Cornelius was very fast, getting by Justin Michael, and that's surprising to see anyone get past Justin Michael in general. But, if I had to pick a driver, I'm going to go with Garrett Potts. Not a new driver to the league, but, he's having a great run, top 5 run right now, and, beautiful paint scheme, too.
Yep, one of those guys I mentioned that was a benefactor of a short pit stall there and a 2-tire run and maintained top 10 without getting into any incidents on that last run. So good on the 938, moving up his track position. I think another one of those guys was Trent Drum, but he fell back outside the top 10.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. And right now, 57 out of 100 laps in. I'll let you get the green here as we are rolling around towards the back straightaway.
Yep, these mile-and-a-half tracks are now longer caution events than our 2-mile-plus speedways. Pocono next week, so we'll get short cautions, if there are any. Hopefully there aren't. One admin can hope. So Chadwick, Cornelius, two guys that are saving the tires. I'm not sure what Ted Wade's going to do. So it'll be an interesting restart without Justin Michael at the helm. I wouldn't be surprised to see Browder in 6th place try to cross over after the start-finish line, make an inside run. Same thing like you said with Garrett Potts, guys that want to go fast early in their run. Chadwick is going to have the restart here. Got to wait for that pace car to drop on this tricky entrance to pit road. There it goes, late throwdown for the pace car. Chadwick fires it up, and we're back green flag racing.
Yeah, good restart there for Kyle Chadwick, out and away as they go down into turns 1 and 2 now. Kevin Cornelius, Ted Wade, and Robert Matisse in tow. Garrett Potts in 5th at the moment. Potts has got a pretty fast-looking race car there, and, I mentioned that under caution. How about Jack Watts, Napa Auto Parts throwback scheme? He's got a great run happening as well.
And Jack continues on our Thursday side of things. Again, one of those guys that I think is benefiting from a team atmosphere now on the Tuesday series. So Jack Watts, Trip Drum, those guys really improving.
Yeah, coming on to lap 60 now. It is going to be side-by-side for position here with Garrett Potts and Robert Matisse. Matisse there trying to hold him off on the bottom. I think Matisse on the better lane at the moment, down on the bottom of the racetrack,
Yeah, he's also used a lot of that middle lane to get into the corner. Obviously a small block, I would say, getting into those lines, but Garrett Potts has not signaled inside early enough to get into those corners. Battle for second going on. Benefactor is going to be the 88.
Yeah, that is a pretty good battle going on at the moment. Ted Williams and Kevin Cornelius. Again, I think the benefactor in this is going to be, or Ted Wade rather. And Wade is, Wade is going to be the benefactor. That bottom lane is the fast line to be in right now. 40 laps to go. And Kyle Chadwick, though, still holding on to the race lead, as you said.
Yeah, 14 now makes a move to 3rd under the 936 of Kevin Cornelius. Ted Wade gets 2nd. Cornelius is going to have to battle. Panic gives him a ton of room, not knowing his driving style. Going to have an awkward line getting into turn 3.
Yeah, side by side there. Garrett Potts right on the inside. No contact. I was going to say, thought those two drivers were going to touch through 3 and 4, but very luckily not,
Yeah, the door stayed open too long, and Cornelius is going to be stuck on the outside for a lap or 2. He wants to get there. He's going to try and shut the door now on Jack Watts.
Yeah, he's going to try to, but it's going to be hard to shut that door, but going down into 3 and 4 now.
He's got the door shut. Kevin Cornelius had to give up a lot of positions, probably a couple more than he wanted to after the 14. Poked the hole for 3rd place. Battle for the lead.
Yeah, pretty good battle for the lead going on side by side, and it is a short one. Ted Wade taking the race lead almost instantly.
Well, he had a friend in the 14, the 88 speaking of, to make that hole for 2nd place. And like I said, 88 is probably a whole lot more comfortable on a long run.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right there. There is not a lot of short run speed in Chadwick's race car. At the moment, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he showed what he had there, but he definitely did not want to battle and burn up tires for 1st place.
Yeah, Right now, Robert Matisse, though, backing it up, or Chadwick backing it up to Robert Matisse, I should say. This will be a pretty interesting battle here, Jeff, for second place. If Garrett Potts doesn't get to him first and spoil all the fun.
I think the 14 will probably get tired of seeing the 938. I say that 14 throws the low end through the corner. 938, if I was the 14, I would want him to run off tires and let him pass. There's a big enough gap back to Kevin Cornelius. That gap's about closed.
Yeah, it's not a very big one. And how about that? Wally Tierheimer also a factor in that as well.
Yep, Wally qualified good. Top 6 there. Marched back up into position like a lot of these guys that fell off early.
Yeah, at the moment, though, the entire front of the field just kind of under a blanket. Justin Michael has worked his way back up. You know, Michael's worked his way back up pretty well, I should say, from where he was, 14th place, I want to say?
Yeah, he doesn't have the rear spoiler to play second fiddle to anyone. He's got speed, no doubt, in that 87 machine, but in about 10 laps, Justin's tires are going to fall off after this huge march. So you see the 87 probably maintain a top 10 towards the end of the night. If he gets lucky enough, maybe towards the top 5. I just don't think he's a winning car anymore, unfortunately, during that incident exchange with the 955.
Yeah, I think you might be 100% right on that, as we see Jack Watts also get by the 75 of Wally Tierheimer.
Yep, Wally fits in right behind his teammate there, the 87, Justin Michael, and Justin's going to continue marching forward. Right now, I think 14 has fallen back. I previously mentioned he probably will give up that spot to Garrett Potts. But Garrett Potts, no crossover from the 14 or Robert Matisse.
Yeah, Matisse, he's trying to get to his inside, though. I wouldn't say no crossover, but because he is definitely trying to get to that bottom lane.
Yep. Oh, contact!
Oh, there's going to be a wreck. And it's big.
Got a piece. We'll have to see. I don't know. Both those guys came together. 14 went up, 77 went down. They doored.
Yeah, I think Garrett Potts came down just a bit.
Yeah. Garrett Potts may have came down a bit, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. He definitely came down. Not intentionally, mind you, but, you know, nonetheless, he still came down.
Yep.
That's one of those situations where, intentional or not, you still come out on the wrong side of that one.
Now, I think Jack Watts, I want to say maybe Kevin Cornelius got a piece of it or just missed it.
Yeah,
Ted Wade.
Jack Watts got through that.
Yeah. Oh, Jack Watts was actually given or asked for an EOL there. He wasn't given an EOL, but you can't ask the admin available to give EOL if you don't think you're able to keep pace. So I think the 77 felt like he...
Well, you figure, you know, with the things being crazy at the front of the field right now, maybe being to the back of the field isn't the worst thing in the world.
No, that's actually our first caution from the front of the field. So we'll have to see how it hangs and what the factor is. 75 looks like he has some EOL damage. Asking for it.
Yeah.
A lot of times those guys that are really slow, you might just want to give them an EOL just so they, you know, don't give black flags to the guys trying to get down pit road. Ooh, 77, Jack Watts ending his night though.
Yeah, right now, Justin Michael pulling away. Good run for Justin Michael so far tonight, I really got to say. Being able to come back, well, from what I've seen, I should say, but being able to come back from that damage, you know?
Yep, I think he's had a wall scrape and a 4Xer from that damage for sure. He's This is the lucky factor right here that I was talking about with the 87. I'm trying to get down here close enough to see that right rear is looking better and better every time. That'll probably be the last damage he gets to fix of it right now, though.
Yeah, well, not of the night, though. I would imagine we get, what, maybe 1 or 2 more yellows with 30 laps to go?
Yeah, it's getting pretty intense. Monitoring some radio traffic myself here this evening, so guys are up on the steering wheel now.
Well, we'll see how it all plays out. Now, any driver you want to talk to here, or just let them cool themselves down?
Let's see if I can't pull up Ray Richer real quick. Let his voice resonate with the fans out there. If I can find him. There's the old 44 Ray Richer. Maybe get a lap with him real quick. The 44 marching through the field and letting people know where he's at. Looks like both the Brucey guys have some good runs here going on.
I wouldn't call it marching, gentlemen. I'd more or less call it luck to get back up here at this point.
Well, I mean, the 44's been lucky then. Sometimes racing is luck. And you got to go with the flow of what the other guys are doing around you. Look to have a semi-clean car. Looks like you've been racing well, trying to end the night out. What do you think you can do?
Well, in the beginning of the run, I'm kind of loose with it. It just doesn't want to turn very easy, and I've been overdriving it. We've been talking back and forth. Judge's been kind of walking me a few different things while we were talking in car. He was kind of watching my line, and I've realized some mistakes I've done. So now that I'm up here, I want to try to take advantage of it. As long as I can keep my head about me. It's not that I want to get around anybody right away. It's okay, just take your time and race the track. That's one of the problems I've been having all night. But otherwise, I think I've kind of figured it out. We'll see what we can do from here on out. But right now, these Abruzzi Racewear paint jobs up here in the top 10 look pretty damn sharp right now, guys.
All right, thanks, Ray. I think we're doubling up here, and we'll let you get back down to the team.
Yeah, next time around. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, as we get ready to go back racing, it is going to be Kyle Chadwick. No surprise there, up front again. You know, he's had just a fantastic night here, Jeff. I think he's led, how many laps has he led? We'll find out in just a moment. But he has led certainly a lot of them. And oh good, iRacing has decided to go away on me for a moment. There we go. But it is back now, and we've got that sorted. But we'll find out in just a moment for you.
Yeah, Chadwick, good leader out front. Like I said, this is the same lineup now, and you start seeing that 87 starting to hunt his way closer. A lot of good drivers up here.
It's like
Sean
at least
Dorr,
22 laps.
22 laps. Well, I mean, it's probably even with Justin Michael. Ted Wade led a few there. I think Kevin Cornelius might have a lap or two. Kevin Cornelius, one of those guys involved. They've gotten a piece of the action of that last caution. So he's all the way back at 13th trying to recover here at the end of the night.
Well, I'll let you get the green once again as we get ready to go racing.
Yeah, top 10 looks strong. See who gets into the top 10. I think we can quietly say this will be the last. No green flag pit stops here tonight. We got right on the verge of it a couple times, and well, old caution flag flew. So 88-14, 9-1-6, top 3 there. Justin Michael just outside of it. Going all the way back from 15th on the previous restart. Sean Dorr, what a march through the field tonight for that 65 machine. Josh Scott in 6th. Thomas Cristiano, another old school's motorsport guys, 20th, 7th. Judd and Ray there just inside the top 10. And Taylor Potts, 969, rounds out our top 10 rundown real quick. Good to see Taylor Potts up there.
Yeah, it should be exciting for sure.
Yep, see what this pace car does and see what Chadwick does. He waited till the edge of the box last time to hit the restart key, and we'll see what he does. Pace car down, box right there, and yep, right at the box. He waits for everyone's nose to get level, and he just hits the gas. Good restart, 88.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A fantastic restart for Kyle Chadwick. And, you know, it's interesting. He's good on restarts, not good on the short run, though.
Now, here comes Ted Wade, and he'll be right on his bumper, but you know, the Jaws theme is playing. Sean Dorr looking up under the 87. 87 gave a little bit of room. Sean Dorr backed off, but that Jaws theme right now playing for the 87.
Yeah, right now you have Ted Wade behind Kyle Chadwick, and yeah, look at Sean Dorr, as you mentioned, trying to close in to Justin Michael, and that'll be Robert Matisse instead. Looks like Sean Dorr gonna fall back quite a ways.
Yep, he's trying to find his line. Hopefully he remembers his own words and tries not to run just for the top 5, because he is top 5 fast, but he definitely said he's a long run top 5 driver.
No doubt about it. Judd Danielson, another driver having a pretty good run as he is racing around Thomas Cristiano, the other old school's driver in the field. They're going to be side by side for position. I think Judd Danielson might just lose the spot, though. I think Cristiano, that bottom line, pretty good winning combination.
Yeah, Cristiano's probably going to round here. Looks like, is that the 925 up there on his bumper?
No, that is the 969 with Taylor Potts.
I'm just not used to that paint scheme from Taylor Potts, that's why. So 969, Taylor looking onwards. Ooh, a wiggle out of Cristiano there with Judd Danielson. Hard battle.
And we're going to have another close battle for the race lead, too, in just a moment. Look at Ted Wade. We saw this battle earlier, Jeff, and we know how this script ends.
Yep, Chadwick gives it up where he wants to, doesn't fight too hard. Now you're worried about the 87. Got to make the same move. 88 has. 88's hoping for a long run. He wants to finish this race now under green because he knows he can outrun the rest of the field on tires. Does he get that opportunity? We'll have to see.
Yeah, right now, you figure that if they get a long run or really run to the end, that might help Chadwick.
Well, that's what he's going to have to hope for. Hope for these guys behind him to play nice in that sandbox of Chicagoland. Here on iRacing, John Held making some moves through the field. Guys really stretching their legs here. Some guys trying to get everything they can right now. Some guys leaning back, trying to conserve.
Yeah, 80 laps in, we're coming to 20 to go. I mean, you know, what would you do as a driver right now, Jeff? Honestly, I'd go for it because you figure there's going to be at least one more caution.
Yeah, I think that's what Ted Wade's figuring, is that he wants to be out front again without the notion of pit stops. If you're under 10 to go, that is. Would probably be a responsible thought. But Ted Wade driving like he wants to go now. Chadwick, you know, long run guy, it depends. My strategy would probably be what Ted Wade is right now if I was positioned well enough. I would want to be Ted Wade. I would want to be going right now. I'm not necessarily the best long run guy, so Chadwick's got a different strategy, and let's see if it works out for him.
And 19 laps to go in just a moment, and there it is. Now, the big question, if we get another caution, do you think we see drivers say, maybe not Taylor Potts, I think he's got too much damage, but, you know, Judd Danielson or, say, Ray Richard, who you just talked to, maybe one of them stay out and try and really play an interesting strategy game here with so few laps to go?
Yep, 980 and the 060, a little bit of door contact going into 3 and 4, but I think, like you mentioned, it is a possibility, but if you're under 10 to go, I don't think you give up that track spot. Even with a green-white checkered possibility, we've got 2 of them scheduled if needed tonight. Hopefully we don't need them. But I don't think you give up the clean air, even on older tires. You can get such a good restart if you're the leader.
Yeah, right now 17, count 'em, laps to go, and Kyle Chadwick, I think he is starting to reel that gap back in just a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit of pressure going on there from the 87.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, so I think Chadwick's in the middle of a tire and in the middle of a go scenario here. He wants to keep the 87 behind him. I think the 87's fishing for a tire strategy here. That's hard to say. 87 not being the top tire guy of the night. That honor probably going to the 88. 87's just waiting for the 88 to make his front move before he then doubles down behind the 88.
Well, I think whatever happens with that 87, as long as he finishes in the top 5, I think he gets a lot of credit for this run here tonight. Just having an incredible comeback, you know?
Yep, good comeback for the pole sitter of the evening. Oh, 14 off the turn 2 wall exit.
Oh, boy.
He's
He
gonna
saves
lose
it,
a couple
though.
spots. Yeah, he got down in a clear area, came back up, but in a safe manner. Back up to speed. Actually, I don't think he lost a bit there, did he?
Yeah, I don't think it. Well, he didn't lose any position, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's going to have a hard time turning that car now. That's something you don't want to figure out late in the race is how to turn a car.
Whether or not he lost any speed, that is up for debate. But he did not lose a spot. That's the important thing. He's going to have Josh Scott all over his back bumper. I think that's going to be a big factor, you know?
Yep. Good to have a teammate behind you. And Kyle Chadwick takes the lead back from Ted Wade.
Yep, side by side now for position with Robert Matisse and Josh Scott. We'll take a look at the battle for the lead. It's not so much of a battle anymore, but it is a battle for fourth place.
Yep, Josh Scott going to the way low. I think Sean Dorr and John Held are marching forward on a faster line.
Yeah, they're waiting back there. I think they want to see how this plays out first, you know? That's always my thing. If I'm in that pack, I always wait. I'm like, how are these two going to race that? Are they going to wreck each other?
Well, they're teammates. Hopefully they won't. But 14 and 23 speaking. Dorr, obviously, Old School Motorsports, and I think John Held part of Can-Am Motorsports. So 980 racing for a top 5. Good long run car, that 980. Same thing with Sean Dorr. It's probably wrong end of the exchange there.
Right now, 12 laps to go at the stripe. It is going to be Kyle Chadwick, Justin Michael, Ted Wade. Fast short run car, not good on the long run. He is falling off.
Yep, Ted Wade probably had 10, 15 laps out there. Chadwick and Justin Michaels, probably the two spotlight of the night for tire conservation. Sure, there's a couple more out there that we haven't really seen. Cornelius, probably another one of those guys, but with damage.
Yeah, right now, 11 laps to go at the stripe, you know? And right here is going to be a good question because, again, if you're, say, Sean Dorr, how hard are you going to push that race car to get to a top 5?
Sean stays in the top 5. I'd be more worried about what the 23, 980, and 14 does. 14 didn't give any helping hand to the 23 after 14 nailed the wall there. So 14 wants to maintain that era and be close to a podium. We'll see how the 980 gets under him right now on exit of turn 4.
Yeah, right now, 10 laps to go. Chadwick pulling away to about a full second here.
Yeah, this is such a good race with that 88 team. Really impressed with him tonight. Justin Michael, like you said, with the comeback story.
Well, here's the thing with Kyle Chadwick, and I'm going back, I'm reaching way back, but you remember, and this was last year, Jeff, actually I think it was last summer series for that matter, where he went on an absolute tear and won, 5 races almost in a row?
Yep.
So you knew there was always speed in that car and always speed in that driver, and he lost it. Not that he lost it, but he just couldn't tap into it. But it was there, because you could see where he would have a good run. And tonight, I think that's the night where we found it. We found where Kyle Chadwick had success, or the old, I don't want to say the old Kyle Chadwick, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And this is what we saw last summer. Now, if we see more of this, potentially championship run, or I don't know, maybe we're too far into the season. But whatever it is, this is going to be good going into the winter if he can keep this up.
Yeah, he wants to nail down tracks that he's good at and remember for sure going into the winter where the points and everything else is on the line for keeps here in the Loose Lugnuts. So good run for the 88. Still watching this board to see who's going through. waiting to find drivers. I know the 88's talking to lap down cars at this point, trying to say, I'm coming to you. Where do you want to go? Because I'll go opposite. I think that's what Chadwick's talking to the 955 right now.
Yeah, right here, 6 laps to go at the stripe, and Kyle Chadwick getting by the 955. Now, the other thing that we're going to see here is we're going to see a battle for position. It's going to be another battle for fourth if Robert Matisse can get to the back bumper of John Held. John Held's had a pretty great run, too, here.
Yeah, he qualified well, fell back early, but now marching inside the top 5, the 980 of John Held in that tie to Napa machine. So good run for John there, and continued improvement here inside of Loose Lugnuts on our normal schedule of Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for the 980 team.
Now, I know I talk about it every time I mention John Held, but I absolutely love the way he does those Tide cars. They are amazing to look at.
Yep, that they are, and he should thank his painter because it is a unique paint scheme with Tide on it.
Right here, 5 laps to go. It is going to be fourth, the stripe, and Kyle Chadwick with the 2-second lead. I mean, anything short of a wreck, I don't see stopping Chadwick's win.
Yep. Great long run driver here tonight. I think Justin Michael may have pushed it too much at this and maybe had to snag the wall or hit the brakes or something. Justin Michael trying to find time anywhere he can. Not going to find it here as long as we stay green.
Yeah, 3 more to go at the stripe, and with a 1.7-second lead, it is all but over. Of course, anything can still happen. We've seen tires go down before. I don't know how rough Chicagoland is on the tire, but I don't want to see that happen here tonight.
Yeah, like I said, monitoring a little bit of radio traffic, and the fact that I see when their names and numbers come up on the race receiver when they're keying in. So a lot of times I quickly search back to see if there's something going on. And luckily enough, they're just hopefully shooting the breeze. Not too much. A lot of these guys are probably just saying, hey, thank you for the pass.
And right now, 2 more at the stripe for Kyle Chadwick.
Yeah, this is a great race. Cautions mixed in, some drama, up and down points for some of these guys here tonight for sure. 27 cars started the field. I think we have 18 right now, still making laps. That's a 9 drop-off difference.
Yeah, it's been an impressive run here. What, only 2 cautions, I think? Or 3, or, well, about 3, I'd say. 3 or 4.
I think there's 4 cautions sold here tonight, so it's not a bad 100-lap run. White flag hanging out in the air. Kyle Chadwick only has to get to the line right here. Final lap of the night by Over the Top Designs.
Yep, Over the Top Designs, the best paint schemes in iRacing, whether you like it or not, and you can find that on Facebook. And I tell you what, man, you need a paint scheme done, check it out at Over the Top Designs. Coming through 3 and 4 for the last time, it'll be Kyle Chadwick with a 2.3-second lead. Like I said, this is the speed we saw from him a year ago. He has recaptured it. And lo and behold, back to victory lane. Kyle Chadwick goes for the win. Justin Michael, Ted Wade, and John Held. Robert Matisse. How about Josh Scott and Travis Browder?
Yep, old Travis Browder there. Top 10 finish. Judd Danielson with an 8th. Jeremy Crandall. Yeah, that's
Kevin Cornelius.
Yeah, Kevin probably had to make up a lot of damage tonight. Stinks. He was definitely a top 5 car, in my opinion, in that 936.
The rest of your finishers scrolling across the top of your screen as we speak. But, yeah, what a finish to this race. Kyle Chadwick, we'll get him up in here. Kyle, have you got a copy on us?
I do.
Man, I was saying it a few laps ago to Jeff. This is the speed you had last summer when you went on that tear of 5 races in a row, something to that effect. But, how's it feel to get back to victory lane?
It's great. I mean, this is the first good race I've put together in a long time.
How'd that car handle for you here tonight, man?
Oh, we handled great. I mean, the end of the run there, I was babying that car the whole end and still pulling away because I just found out how to save my tires better on the beginning of the run.
Now, anyone you want to thank, sponsors, that kind of thing?
Thanks to everyone at BBK Racing, and thanks to John over the top for the Saints game.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to us, man.
Thank you.
All right. Now it'll be Jeff Wood with second place Justin Michael.
Yep. Man that wins everything comes home second, but probably a little bit of a storybook finish for you. I had to march from 15th and a couple cautions to get to where you are. Damage not all the way fixed. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we had nothing for him. He ran a good race. He saved his tires a lot better than we did. I don't know. The setup just didn't click for me, and I really burned up that right front tire. So we were good on a short run, but in the end there, yeah, that damage was just killing us too much. So.
Yep, just not able to avoid the damage. It's quite unusual for anyone, especially Justin Michael, say that he was not in tune. A little bit late into practice, maybe a couple extra practice laps there for the 87, get you where you need to.
Yeah, you never know. It might have helped. I don't know. I guess we'll find out next time we come here in these cars, whenever that might be.
Yeah, who knows when that might be? I don't even know. 87, Justin Michael, second place. Go ahead and thank those that you need to.
Yeah, it's everybody out there watching. You guys calling a good race as always, and John for putting on a good leg, and good win to Kyle.
All right, well, hopefully we see a closeout K&N at Chicago on Saturday. If not, we'll see you Sunday.
Sounds good. We'll see you then.
All right. Last up on the interview block, Ted Wade, new driver. Ted, have you got a copy on us?
Yeah, I got a copy, man.
Man, how did that car handle for you here tonight?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. That's my first race at Chicagoland, an Xfinity car, and I really love how these things handle.
All right. Well, speaking of that, how did they handle?
Not too bad. I mean, they got tight on the long run. You burn your tires up fast, as you see I did there at the end. I would have loved to led that to the finish, but tires didn't want to hold up for me, and Kyle did a better job at saving.
All right. Well, any sponsors you want to thank?
None at all. Just this Chevrolet Camaro iRacing gave us.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to us, man. Great job on the finish.
Alrighty, thank you, man.
All right. From all of us here at ASN, we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We'll see y'all in the next one.